What up? What up? What up? What up? It's Friday, y'all. We taking the day. A little busy, a little behind schedule. So I am prepping for the gym and I am checking in. And since it's Friday, I was kind of thinking uh, about making something, I don't know, regular thing on Friday, calling it Freaky Fridays, and bring you some freaky news or freaky knowledge. Um, I've had family visiting and stuff like that, so I haven't been uploading as much as I, want to, and normally would. And some stuff has unfolded recently, um, in the cloning department. Cloning. So I got a little bit of freaky news about that. But before I get into it, what's up with everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. And if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm getting ready for the gym. I got to get out of here, get that over with, and then run some more errands. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to bring you a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of entertainment, share some of my love. You know what we do. All right. I'm going to get right into this because this place known as Colossal Biotech Company that is actually here in Dallas. It is I'm sure they do other stuff that they're not telling us, because what they've told us that they do, and what they have done recently is they have cloned a dire wolf. More than one. I think they have 3 in total. It's like, their names are like Romulus, something, and Khaleesi, like from Game of Thrones. A little bit of foreboding there, I think. You know what I mean? Are we going to make it dragons next? But that kind of, I have so many things that are running through my mind about this process. Like Jurassic Park thoughts, if you will. Like seriously, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? I was thinking about if we're able to clone animals with this much, I shouldn't say ease, but we can do this now. We've probably been able to do it forever. Depending on how old you are, you may remember Dottie the sheep. It's a sheep we cloned. I feel like it was back in the 80s or something. But there's conspiracy theories out there that says that we've been cloning humans since like the 40s. I don't know if any of that is true, of course, allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. But there's animal species that we have lost in my lifetime. I believe the dodo bird is one, but we have several species that are on the brink right now. Why don't we just focus on those and not so much the dinosaurs? I love dinosaurs. I love them to death. They're one of my favorite pastimes to do research on. I've loved them since I was a child, but I don't know if necessarily they need to exist with us. It might be a little bit of a problem. You know what I mean? Just a little bit. But yeah, so this place, I'm not sure which one they did first. I think they did the woolly mammoth thing first. And so what they did is they took mice and spliced it with woolly mammoth DNA and made these little cute woolly mice. Yeah, I think they did that first, and then they did the dire wolf. There is some theories and thoughts out there that it's not a real dire wolf because they used I can't remember if it was a gray wolf or a timber wolf. That might be the same thing. I'm not sure. But it was like a tooth from a 12,000-year-old dire wolf that they were able to extract DNA from, and then an inner ear bone from one that is 72,000 years old. I don't know how they come up with those numbers and how accurate they really are. But here's the thing. If they are telling us what they're doing, what they've done, exposing it, they have pictures of these puppies. They're super cute for now because they get like 7 feet long and 200 pounds, like 180, I think is their average. I mean, that's what I weigh. That's freaking crazy. Apex predators, they work well as a team. I mean, we're talking about wolves. My question is, though, if they're showing us this stuff, what stuff are they not showing us? Like, I was using ChatGPT today, and I was just like, hey, what other animals or biologics are they attempting to clone? Had this big list. The dodo's on there. The full mammoth is on there, posted just the mammoth mouse. Um, I can't remember what all. There was like a dozen of them they listed that are supposed to be in the plans of making. But one of those things they're talking about making is the short-faced bear and the giant sloth. The other thing that I was like, ooh, I don't know if that's a good idea. Like, I know sloths are slow, but the giant sloth didn't really matter. Like, we're talking about claws on that thing that are like elephant tusk claws. And the short-faced bear, man, you just... Okay, here's my Freaky Friday way of thinking, if you will. I'm trying to get better at this, but I'll do worst case scenario stuff. Like, I always think of what's the worst case scenario that could happen in this situation. Well, let's talk about it. You know, let's say something happens to society, like, you know, zombies, for lack of a better descriptive, martial law, that, you know, the deterioration of society, and now there's just madness in the streets, Mad Max kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? And this place, which is not far from my home where I live right now, this Colossal Industries place, let's say the power goes out, doesn't come back on for years. Let's say a war, but just whatever, you pick it. And now you have these animals that have escaped from this facility. Like, I don't know if you remember those scenes from, like, I think it was The Walking Dead and I Am Legend and the other zombie movies where the animals were obviously escaped from the zoo because zombies are afoot. You know what I mean? And there was like the lions in downtown, like Times Square with I Am Legend. And there was that dude in The Walking Dead that had rescued that big white tiger from the zoo. Okay, let's just say they got a short-faced bear, a couple dozen dire wolves, a couple giant sloths, or whatever they have made and not told us about. Something goes on in society, and they're not able to, you know, house those animals anymore, or maybe they have a fail-safe system where if something like that happens, they euthanize them all. But what if they don't get the opportunity to do that? And now, roaming around my neck of the woods are, you know, tens of thousands year old giant apex predators that we know really nothing about, like how they hunt, what are their characteristics, is there a certain thing they like more than others as far as like food resources, and you know, what are we doing? Not to mention the fact that these aren't 100% the original animal or reptile or mammal or just whatever, right? This is something that has been finagled with science. And so what maybe its old characteristics, original characteristics would be, now we have this hybrid hunter that, you know, before only had a certain field of like depth of vision, and this one can see further. You know, it can use X-ray or just whatever, you pick it. That's all I'm saying. I just think it's absolutely crazy. It's super cool. Don't get me wrong. Sounds like a movie or something, like a Jurassic Park. Just, you know, with the woodland creatures or something. I don't know. I just something I've been thinking about lately, and I haven't talked about it yet on the channel. So I thought I'd bring a little bit of that. I'm sure you've heard it, and if you haven't, check that stuff out. I'm not making it up. Colossal Labs, or Colossal Biotech is the name of it if you want to do a little research. But yeah, like I was saying, man, I got to make this quick today because I got to get to the gym, get the kid picked up from school, get to the store, you know, all that good stuff. I kind of got behind this morning because I was doing my weekend setup cleanings, if you will. And I do laundry every day, so I've done like 5 loads of clothes. Clean the bathroom, clean the kitchen, all that good stuff. And now I'm about to take it to the bioscience lab known as the gym. I'm about to genetically alter this thing. Altered Beast. Remember that game? I think that was Sega Genesis. Altered Beast. Kind of a cool game. All right. Day takers. Once again, I'm going to get back on the regular scheduled programming. I apologize for my truancy. But, life is life. And I can't always dictate or prepare for the things that may come, although I try. But I'm doing it today. I'm getting in there, meeting the day, taking it head on, putting wins in the bag, if you will, because I was pacing around while I was cleaning the day going, man, do I even need to put up a video? I do. So here it is. Thanks for bearing with me as I get ready for the gym. This is like the third or fourth time I've had to make one of these. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, y'all. I'm trying to be quiet because my wife is in meetings in the other room. Thank y'all so very much. Again, I love you. I really do appreciate lots of gratitude for your attention. Like, comment, subscribe. Please. I don't say that enough, but I guess I should. That's a part of this gig. Probably going to put up a video tomorrow Saturday. It might be another walk and talk, but the weather has been so crazy. Like, all the lakes out there are flooded. So, we'll see. We'll see what's cracking. Hopefully it ain't lacking. Yeah. All right, y'all. For real, I'm going to sign off. May this day unfold with success for us all. Take your day, y'all. Dick is ultimately always trying to take his day. Join me on this endeavor. Spread your love. Share your knowledge. Get in there. I love you, and I'll see you next time. With all that being said, day takers, I'll see you next time.